and welcome to Mariposa Table Talk, where the stories of Bulverdian Spring Branch come to life. I'm your host, Marisela Farias Ridgely, and we will sit down here at Mariposa's Wine Bar and highlight different community leaders, educators, volunteers, business owners, neighbors, and friends, all of whom which makes this place so special. So grab a friend, grab a beer, glass of wine, and let's get talking.
Let's get started.
Do this.
Okay, so introduce our first guest, Julie Worley. She is our outgoing president at Raw Bulverde Elementary School. So Julie, thank you so much for being our very first guest ever.
Thank you for having me. I am very honored.
Well, I'd like to start off by just having the audience get to know you a little bit, where you went to school, where you grew up, and then how you ended up here in Bulverde.
Great questions. I actually grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, and my dad worked for Ford Motor Company, and we moved to Missouri for my high school years, transferred down to Dallas, and I ended up working at a country club nearby and met my future husband, and then kind of followed him to Texas A&M, and where I graduated. I know there's no hard feelings on my alma mater. And then my husband went into the military, and so we just kind of traveled all around, and we ended up him retiring here in San Antonio. And when we were at Fort Bragg, we were looking at all the places to live, and because San Antonio was going to be his next duty station, and I kept seeing Comal, ISD, and the schools, and I was like, okay, Raw Bulverde, Spring Branch Middle School, Smithson Valley High School. So that's where I want my kids to go, just from doing online research. And so we found a home, and here we are.
I love that you did your research. What year was that?
So we moved in 2017.
2017.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
And my oldest was a freshman at Smithson Valley, and my youngest was in preschool.
I love that. Yes. And we've known each other for quite a while. So,
yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, we're going to dive right in.
Okay.
So what inspired you to take on the role of Raw Bulverde Elementary School president?
I will say, being PTA president was definitely not on my radar. I for a long time, I just was a room parent. I loved volunteering in the library. And then I decided to do events. And I was like, I'm going to get more involved. I'm going to do this. And I just saw how quickly our kids grow up and what a short amount of time you have with them. And I was like, I'm going to get more involved. And then spending those 2 years doing events and getting to know staff and a lot more families, and it being brought to my attention, like, hey, I think you could do president. And the principal talking to me, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it.
Would you say that there was one person that maybe wrangled you in, or was it just a need that you just felt like, I feel like I can do this?
I will say, I think the outgoing president, Brad Barnhart, for sure, planted the seed, and it's like, I think you could do this. And then I think the principal at the time, Sunshine Barker, I think when you have the principal kind of behind you or saying you can do this, then I was like, you know what? If these two people believe I can do it, I should believe in myself to do it. But I was scared.
Sure. I was going to say, what were you most nervous about? What were your
I think the responsibility of it. I think I am a very big rule follower, and in PTA there are bylaws and standing rules, and there was so much I didn't know, and I was so afraid that I wasn't going to know the rule. And then I think just getting that reassurance that we're just volunteers.
Sure.
You try your best, you learn as you go, and that's exactly what has happened. Is that every time we've had an event or anything, you learn something, and then...
And I also feel that a lot of people don't realize that part of this role is all the regulations, all of the, requirements with the state of Texas, and as far as funding and all of that, because it's serious, and I feel like a lot of people don't realize that piece of it. So
yeah, I think I didn't even realize it. I think even doing events is just like, oh, I'm going to throw fun parties for the kids. Like, this is just all fun, and there is a whole business side to it. We are a nonprofit, and we have the regulations from the state and national PTA. And so that kind of felt overwhelming at first, but there's so many great resources to help you. And so I think it's just taking that first step and just knowing you've got support along the way.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, so looking back, what would you say was one of your biggest accomplishments in your role in particular? What would you say, as maybe it was an event, maybe it was just I know there were some awards that Raw Bulverde was recognized for. So
Yes.
what was that crowning moment for you, where you were like, okay, I made the right decision on taking on this, this task.
I will say, getting the awards is rewarding. That was really exciting to have our school get so many and be recognized. And I definitely think that's an accomplishment. I know this might sound silly, but you have to have quorum in a meeting to be able to vote on anything. That's half of your board plus one. And I know for a lot of PTAs, sometimes that's hard. And that was like my goal was I want to have quorum every meeting. And for 2 years straight, we always made quorum. I felt like that I did a good job choosing the people to be on the board that wanted to be involved. And then I think what I did not think we would get and what I'm really proud of is we just recently found out that we did get the platinum One Voice for Every Child, which means we had enough memberships to equal the enrollment at our school, which just basically means we have a membership to represent every student there. So, the students can't go out and vote, but we do have a voice for them in our membership. And so that's a huge deal and a big accomplishment.
That is a huge deal.
And that's a testament to our VP of membership and our whole board. Like that is, I feel very excited that we got that.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, you had a very strong board behind you, and I think that makes all the difference.
Oh my goodness, absolutely.
In the world. What would you say is the most rewarding part of this role, of the role you had?
So beyond like the friendships that you make and the bonds, I think one of the best things that happens is like during an event or walking in the hallways when you have a student look at you and say, "This is the best day ever." Or even we were doing a photo backdrop and some kids walked by and I'm like, "That's PTA." And like having it be a positive thing, like where the kids know if PTA is here, like great things are going to happen. Like that fills my heart.
Of course. I have to say that the last event we had at the school, a field day and the splash day, that was, I think, the most, you could feel the energy from the kids, from PTA, from the parents, and I have to say it was probably one of the best events I think Rob Bulverde's ever had. So, and I've been there quite a while, so I can attest that it was just, like I said, you could just feel the students' energy. They were just so happy, and it was a great day.
It's all worth it. It's all the hard work. Is if you see the kids having fun and you see the parents smiling, like teachers smiling, you're just like, okay, I'm where I'm supposed to be.
I'm doing it right. I'm doing something right. That was great.
That was a great day.
What would you, on the flip side of that though, what would you say was one of your biggest challenges that you faced, and how do you feel like you overcame it? How would you answer that?
Okay, there are challenges. We have a lot of fun. I think a challenge, and I know it's not just our PTA, recruiting and keeping volunteers, getting parents to say yes, to come in, to not be afraid to be a part of PTA. I think as much as it was a goal of mine to prove like we are not a clique, we are open, like anyone can join us, anyone can help.
I feel like also, like from an outsider coming in, it can be very intimidating.
Oh, for sure.
So, but having that warm, open reception, will kind of, make them feel a little bit
for sure. Yes. And I will say like that is a challenge, I think, overcoming that stigma of PTA, or like, oh, you're going to have to like live there or give all your time, and like trying to be able to convince people like, no, come see what it's about.
Right.
That's definitely a challenge, is that stereotype of like a PTA mom, and then what we're about at Raw, like trying to diffuse that. We're really nice and fun. Come drink the Kool-Aid.
Yes. It is. Once you're in, you're in.
Yeah.
For life. So how would you say serving as PTA president impacted you personally, and what did you feel like you learned through this leadership role?
Personally, I definitely...
You got sick? I'm so kidding.
I learned a lot about myself in things that I was dreading the public speaking part. Like I remember when I did events, like I would hand the microphone to Brad, like I don't want to talk, and I think that was...
And you wouldn't even know it, because you were such a natural. I have to tell you, because I was a witness to most of your work, and it was like you were doing this your whole entire life. You felt very comfortable. So
I got there.
I do have to say that.
That was definitely, was relieved to get comfortable with that. And then, so that, I felt like that was a personal growth for me, is not being afraid about public speaking. But I think also I didn't really necessarily know if I was a leader, and then just kind of like figuring out, oh, I can be a leader, and then, the right and wrong way to lead.
Right. I love that. I know we've probably talked about this a little bit, but is there a memorable moment or story from your time at PTA that stands out for you?
Oh gosh,
I know all the different events. I know you gotta.
So many great memories.
You have a plethora, but was there one in particular that?
Oh my goodness, I'm trying to think of.
There's some funny ones as well.
There really are. There are some great ones. There's so many great memories, like either during an event or with the students, or just bonding with the other board members. Or I think one time there was a drill and we had to hide in place, and I think the officer found us, and we had hidden behind the giant book that we had made for.
I'm not sure if it was a drill. Was it a drill? Or maybe it was an actual raptor alert.
Just like looking around, and then we were just.
That was so funny, because I mean, the alert goes off obviously, and you don't know if the threat is real or not. So it's always a serious moment, and so for a split second you're almost like it's happening, but to know that you did your job, you knew exactly what to do. You had
lots of props to hide behind, and
I do remember that. Okay, so Julie, several other questions, but what do you hope your legacy will be?
Oh gosh,
I know that's tough.
That is tough. And I can't remember what year it was. They do a training in Dallas for PTA. Texas PTA puts on this training. It's called Launch. And the back of the shirt said, like, what will your legacy be? And I remember that really struck a chord. It's like, oh, like, how do you want to be remembered? I hope that people remember me as friendly, kind, open arms, come and help. I hope that they see the events that grew each year, that we made accommodations for every student to be able to be involved, that we had new people come into the board. So I hope that it's a positive, looking back on all the things that we did. There was a lot.
There was a lot.
I go through my phone and the photos, I'm like, we do a lot. And I hope it's just all thought of as positive. I really love that school. I love the people. And so I hope that came across.
It most definitely did. And I think you touched on this already, but what makes this school community so special to you? Obviously, you're invested. I'm invested. We're children, of course. That's probably the number one reason. But what else about the community can you?
It makes me get emotional.
I know.
I'm
right here.
I know. Our community is so special. And I mean, when we moved here, I knew it was special, and something about Rob Verde, just that school, I mean, it really has become a home away from home for me. I just spending all the time there. But and we've grown a lot.
Oh my gosh.
But I still feel like we have that small town feel, and that we are a strong, tight-knit community. And with the heart-wrenching things that have happened and tragedies, when I see how quickly, it gives me goosebumps.
Oh, I know.
Like how quickly our community comes together. Like, how can we help? What can we do? It's that I'm like that. I want to be a part of that. We have that small town feel. We're a community.
Yes.
It's not just a school.
Especially with the recent passing of our kindergarten student, which I mean hit everyone so hard. And so we ended the year in the midst of all of our celebration. We did end it on a very heavy, sad note. But like you said, it was an instantaneous collection of people, just the outpouring of just grief and love for that family. And even just, I have to say, on a personal note, with my mom passing in December, you all were so, it's going to make me emotional.
I know.
We're not supposed to cry. We're already crying. First episode. But the way that you all, it's just, it means so much.
Well, we become family.
We are a family.
We're a family.
And we did have a lot of other staff members who, had personal loss. And that's you. It's so special. You don't find that everywhere.
That's true.
And once you get a taste of it, you're like, this is where I need to be. This is where my heart is.
Absolutely.
For sure.
It's about the people, for sure. Like like we're, you're running a school, you're running the PTA, but it is about the people, and that there is a bond there and a community where there's love there.
There is.
That school is special. The people, this community,
it is.
Special, yes.
It so is. Well, I know it's okay. We're gonna cry, laugh, do all the things here.
Yeah.
So you served since the 2024-25 school year, 2025-26. There is a new president and new board.
Yes.
What advice would you give the incoming president, Miss Christy Topol?
Advice, yes.
Mrs. Christy Topol.
Yes. My advice would be always remember your why. I'm looking like as if I'm looking at her. Remember your why, because it's easy to get caught up. You better be watching. It's easy to get caught up in all the day-to-day, the stress, the emails, the texts, like the checking up on things and the events that are coming up, and don't ever forget like why you're there. And I know that you are there for the right reasons, and you have an incredible board that's coming in, and I think everybody is there for the right reason for these kids, to support the staff, and that it is a big deal that you said yes to this, and you have support, and you're going to do great.
She's going to do great. Yeah, we're excited.
Do great. You got
We're
this.
excited for the new year that and everything that lies ahead. With that, what would you say to parents considering getting involved in PTA? I think don't be scared. They're not that mean. They're not that quick. They're not mean girls.
I get it though. It does look intimidating, and I realize,
You know why it does? I mean, but in a good way. It's because you all are so close.
Yeah.
And those bonds have formed so quickly, and not intimidating, but they're just you all, and not by any means but it's just that's what it is, and I think that's intimidating in itself because you all are so close. But no, it not even intimidating. You all are so open and welcoming, and it's just getting in there, just volunteering one time, and in the workroom or at an event, and
exactly,
doors open, friendships start to form. It's just
absolutely. And I do want to say I completely understand. There are parents out there. We are two income household. You have to work. You can't be there, and I completely get that. And we love our Venmo moms too. I think that's the term people say, like the Venmo mom.
Yes,
we need those too. But to not feel bad that if you can't, there is a way to be involved, even if you cannot be at the school. I know there's not a lot of people can put the time that I can at the school. But there's ways, even just like to go vote. There's ways to support public education. There's a place in PTA for you that doesn't necessarily mean you're there daily. But if you do have the opportunity, I think that I would highly encourage you, just if it's in a small window of volunteering, to be a part of it, to get to see, behind the scenes and see these other parents that work so hard to make our school so special.
There's always a place for you.
Absolutely.
Always. What word describes your time? If you had one word to describe your time as PTA president, what would that be? I know it's hard.
That is.
It is.
Yes.
To single out one word for all of it, but if you could.
If I could, I could say rewarding. I was like, not only like we got awards, it was rewarding. I think it's also fulfilling too. I think being a stay-at-home mom for as many years as I've been, and I think you get caught up in that. You don't really know like what are my gifts, like what can I give back. I think my time at PTA, it filled something in me that I didn't even realize I needed, which is just like the bonding with the moms, the other parents, and giving back. Like I'm a helper, and that fills my heart. I have a servant's heart. Like that makes me happy if I can give back. So I think rewarding and fulfilling.
I have a word for you.
Okay.
From me to you.
Okay.
I would say blessed.
Aww.
Because we were so blessed to have you, Julie. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Like I saw you grow in this role, and just you poured your heart, your soul, your blood, sweat, tears. I saw it. I lived through it with you. And I just have to say that the school, the students, parents, staff, we were so blessed to have you at the helm for those 2 years. So thank you. It truly, that's my word for you.
Thank you. I like that word, and I feel blessed. I feel blessed to be a part of it.
Yeah. For sure.
No matter how hard it was worth it. It was totally worth it.
So what are you going to miss the most?
The people.
Yes.
I think probably the daily, even just the coming
daily
in,
grind.
seeing
Every day,
Ashley.
here's
Every
Julie.
day, here I am. Checking the PTA mailbox. Saying hi to staff, like going into our
It's just such a
crazy
part of your
PTA room, and we're going to clean this.
your daily routine.
The daily routine. I think just daily seeing everybody there, the kids in the hallway. I will miss it for sure.
For sure. I know you
Great
will.
memories.
So, what's next for you?
Well, I'm not leaving PTA.
Yay!
So I'm going to be a VP over at the middle school at Spring Branch doing events. Then I'm doing something new at the high school. My daughter is going to be a freshman there, and she's doing theater. And so I've been invited to be on their booster.
Fun.
So I'm going to learn what theater booster is all about. And then you're not losing me at Raw. I'm going to be the delegate and still get to at least once a month see you at the elementary school and get to see this new board flourish and be there to support in any way I can.
That is exciting news.
Yeah.
That is such exciting news. So I guess to close everything, is there anyone you'd like to thank or recognize that supported you during your term?
I definitely have to thank my husband, especially if he watches this, Josh.
Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. And my kids. There was a lot of time that went into this, and they had to deal with me being on the phone a lot. And
yes. He was almost like first husband.
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh Worley.
Yes, and my family because it
is.
Yeah, it took time away from them, and their support meant a lot, and they knew that it was important to me.
Right.
So I want to thank my husband, my kiddos, for putting up with the time that this took from them, but that knowing that it filled something for me, and I was doing it for them as well. And then just everyone that I've worked with, all the principals that I've worked under, and the board members, like the teams we've had are just, I cannot do anything without.
No, and I guess another testament to you and your role there was when we had our, the party, the celebration here at Mariposas, and to have all of your board members just speak so highly of you and just the respect, and you could see it in their eyes. There were lots of tears, but that's what you built. And so that's what you created. So you should be very proud of yourself. So yes, for sure.
Lots of love.
Lots of love. We're going to end this on a very kind of fun little thing.
Okay.
This is the Book of If. And my gosh, this has been one of my most favorite, especially just getting to know someone. It kind of breaks the ice. Some of these questions are not, they're very inappropriate. So we're going to kind of skip through that. But you haven't. So and typically what I've told, because we'll sit in a circle and you just kind of get to know a person and my own made up rules, right? I love to make up my own rules.
Yeah.
But you would just open it to a random page and you had to read whatever question you read first. But like I said, some of them are not the best. So okay, so this is going to be a fun one. I'm just going to ask you one.
Okay.
So if you could read the mind of someone famous, who would it be?
Oh, if I could read the mind
of
someone famous. It's a lot of pressure, Maddie.
I know. Sorry.
Read their mind. Oh, I'm terrible at this game.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of who do I want to read their mind.
Okay, hold on. We can if that one's too. Okay, let's try this one. If you could have the starring role in one film already made, which movie would you pick?
Starring role. Oh, I feel like I could have done Erin Brockovich. That one.
I love that. Okay, just to go. Why Erin? Because she was so ballsy.
I know. I don't have that. I mean, I feel like I have grown a lot, like you said, but I think to be able to play that part of someone who is that ballsy and that can go in and fight for the people and get the information, and that to me was like so admirable. I would love to play a role like that.
Good answer. Yay, Julie. So again, thank you, Julie, for joining us. I feel like I was the only one that drank. I know I did. Julie never took a sip. So, anyways, thank you for joining us. And thank
for
you,
having
Julie,
me.
so much. So,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much for being our first guest.
My pleasure.
Mariposa
An honor.
Table Talk. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Now I'll drink.
Thank you for joining us today at Mariposa Table Talk. If you like what you heard, please share it with family and friends. And if you'd like to be a guest, please reach out to mariposa.bulverde@gmail.com. We will continue to highlight the people that makes this place so special, one conversation at a time.